Hi viewers, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to continue our lecture series on Oxford Progressive English by Rachel Redford for the grade 7, and we are doing the unit number 1. Today we are going to do the exercise of the story Kyaw, which is the second story of unit number 1. Okay, so question number 1 is find the words in the text which match the following definitions. So first of all, we will see the definitions. The first one is rips or tears. It is pronounced as tears and not tears. Part B is applications. Part C is belief. Part D is oozed. Part E is diseased. Okay, so the word which matches with the definition of rips or tears is lacerations. If we talk about applications, then the most suitable word from the text is inflicted. If we talk about believe, the most suitable synonym of believe from the text or from the story Kyaw is conviction. For oozed, the most suitable word is suppurated. For diseased, the most suitable word from the story is infected. Okay, question number 2. Use your dictionary to answer the following questions. What is barrel? What can be kept in a barrel? The answer is barrel is a cylindrical container bulging out in the middle, traditionally made of wooden staves, or you can say that wooden parts with metal hoops or rings around them. So bulging out means it has higher diameter in the middle and then it tapered upward and downward. Barrels have a variety of uses. For example, it can be used for storage of liquids such as water, oil, alcohol, or maybe petroleum products. They are also employed to hold maturing beverages such as wine, whiskey and beer. They are also used to put grains such as wheat, barley or maybe rice or any other grains. Part B of question number 2. Barrel is also used non-literally as, for example, in she had fearful lacerations on the barrel of her back. That is the paragraph number 1 of the text. So what part of the elephant's back is the barrel? What part of gun is the barrel? So we have two parts in part B of question number 2, and now we will see the answer of this part B. The part of the elephant's back which is between her front and back legs and which is connecting the front legs with the back legs is referred as barrel in the story. Whereas a gun barrel is the tube of a gun, usually made of rigid high-strength metal, through which a projectile bullet shot is propelled out from its front end at a high velocity. Question number 2, part C. You have scraped the bottom of the barrel with your appointment of Mr. Pitt as assistant. He is lazy and inefficient and he is always late. What do you think the expression to scrape the bottom of the barrel means? The answer is the meaning of the expression to scrape the bottom of the barrel means to use the least desirable elements because one has no choice or reduced to using things or people of the poorest quality because there is nothing else available. So that is the meaning of to scrape the bottom of the barrel. It means to go for the choices which are least desirable, but we don't have any other alternative. Question number 3. Explain the difference in meaning between the italicized phrases as they are used in the following sentences. Part A. There was great tenderness along a line 9 inches long where the wound had healed over. This sentence is from the paragraph number 4. Part B. The mother nursed her sick child with great tenderness. So what we need to do in this one, we need to explain the meanings of the word tenderness in these two parts. Okay, so the answer of this question is, in the first sentence, the meaning of phrase great tenderness is intense sensitivity to pain or soreness. Whereas in the second sentence, the meaning of the phrase great tenderness is intense gentleness, kindness or kindliness. So see, we have the same words, but they are used in different contexts in different sentences. Question number 4. Creek, which was used in the paragraph number 2 of the story, and creek with the spelling C-R-E-A-K, and needing, which was used in the paragraph number 4, and needing with the spelling N-E-E-D-I-N-G, are homophones. Homophone means those words which are pronounced the same but are spelled differently and have different meanings. So we have two parts in this question number 4. So first part is we need to write a paragraph in which we use creek with the spelling C-R-E-E-K and creek with the spelling C-R-E-A-K. In the second part, we need to write a paragraph in which we use need or needing and need with spelling N-E-E-D or needing with the spelling N-E-E-D-I-N-G. So first of all, we need to see the meanings of these two words. So the word creek with the spelling C-R-E-E-K means a water passway or a small river or maybe canal or any other water passway. Whereas the word creek with the spelling C-R-E-A-K means a sharp sound which comes from the wooden structure when it is under load. So now we will look at the paragraph. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jafar who lived in his small house along with his few animals in a lush green village of southern Punjab. Not very far away from his house, a small creek having crystal clear water was passing through the farmlands where he used to wash his animals once in a week. He earned his living by selling the fruits and vegetables of his farmland. Every morning, he went to the nearby city on his horse cart and returned to his village late after selling all the fruits and vegetables in the evening. When he traveled through the uneven and semi-finished bridge made by the locals to cross the creek, his horse cart used to creak unpleasantly, especially in the morning when it was loaded with lots of fruits and vegetables. Although he tried several times to get rid of that creaking sound, but he was not able to get rid of it completely as the horse cart was made up of wood and was not designed to carry heavy loads. So see, in this paragraph we use the word creak, C-R-E-E-K, and the word creek, C-R-E-A-K, several times, and those words are used in the different contexts. So now we are going to write a paragraph in which we will use the word need with the spelling K-N-E-A-D and the word need with the spelling N-E-E-D or their present participle forms in a paragraph. So the meaning of the word K-N-E-A-D means to give a massage or to press something with your hands, and the word need, N-E-E-D, means you need or you require something. So now we will use these two words, or you can say that these four words in a paragraph. So here is the paragraph. Hi, my name is Stephen Mackenzie, and today I will explain to you the process of making delicious bread. I am a baker by profession and I am running a small bakery in the French city of Lyon. The ingredients which you need to make fresh and soft bread include flour, yeast, salt, eggs, butter, and of course, lot of water. The first step is to add all the ingredients in a bowl. After that, ingredients need to be mixed thoroughly until the flour is converted into a stiff slurry called dough. The quality of dough is heavily dependent on the kneading process. Kneading is a bit different from the conventional mixing with a spoon as it involves thorough mixing, pressing, forcing, and squeezing the dough with hands for at least 15 minutes. The more you knead, the more soft the bread will be. The last step involves baking the dough in a loaf followed by baking in the oven. Your delicious bread is ready to eat. So this is the paragraph in which we use the word need, N-E-E-D, twice, and we use the word kneading, K-N-E-A-D-I-N-G, twice, and we use the word need, K-N-E-A-D, one time. So that was the main purpose of writing the paragraph. Question number 5. A she elephant is a female elephant. A male elephant is called a bull elephant. So part A of question number 5 is, what is female horse called? So answer is mare. The female horse is called mare. Part B. What is male sheep called? Male sheep is called ram. Part C. What is male deer called? Male deer is called buck with the spelling B-U-C-K. What is female fox called? The answer is vixen, V-I-X-E-N. Part E. What is female wolf called? So the answer of this one is female wolf is called bitch or she wolf. Okay, so this is next question. Okay, so you are Elephant Bill and you're going to write a report on your experience with the elephant Kyaw. The report is titled The Elephant Who Spoke to Me. Write in the first person, that is, use the pronoun I. Your report is to be written under the following subheadings. The first subheading is the treatment I had given Kyaw. The second one is what happened 2 months later. The third one is Kyaw's human behavior. The fourth one is my conclusion. So here is the story. The treatment I have given Kyaw. In the year 1930, I was working as a veterinary doctor in the teak forests of Burma. I was looking after the elephants which worked in the teak forest. One day, I saw an elephant named Kyaw which was badly injured by the tiger. Her wounds were bleeding and she was suffering from great pain. I went over to her, examined her wounds and tried to give her the first aid. At first, Kyaw was hesitant in allowing me to touch her wounds, but after some time, she allowed me to treat her wounds. For 3 straight weeks, I visited her daily for cleaning her wounds and applying medication. After 3 weeks of intensive care, her wounds started to heal and I allowed her to go back to her camp. So that was the heading number 1. Now we will see the heading number 2. What happened 2 months later? After 2 months, I was sitting outside my tent for the inspection of the elephants which were being washed by the handlers. All of a sudden, I saw Kyaw which was going to the camp after taking a bath in the creek with her handler. I shouted and tried to ask her handler about the present condition of her wounds, but somehow he was not able to listen. Heading number 3. Kyaw's human behavior. Astonishingly, Kyaw recognized my voice and came towards me. She sat next to my chair and showed me her wounds. It was surprising for me that Kyaw still remembered me and came to me to show her wounds. This behavior of Kyaw was very much similar to the humans. It was her way of saying thanks to me. When I inspected her wounds, I came to know that her wounds were not completely healed and she was still suffering from pain. For further examining her wounds and give her the medications again, I pressed her wounds, which surely gave intense pain to Kyaw, but she very generously allowed me to do so. Now the last heading of the story, and that is my conclusion. From my experience which I had with Kyaw, I can safely state that it is quite possible to win the trust and affection of wild animals of the jungle. The behavior of Kyaw demonstrated that elephants always remember those who help them in their difficult times and express their gratitude, love, and friendship in the same way as the humans do. Okay, so now the next question is related to the passive voice. Elephant Bill treated the elephant's back, so that is the active voice. If we talk about the passive voice, the same sentence will be changed to the elephant's back was treated by Elephant Bill. So now we need to see what are the different components of the sentence. Okay, so in the active voice sentence, the Elephant Bill is the subject, the word treat or treated is the verb, and the elephant's back is the object. Whereas in the passive voice, the elephant's back is the subject, the word treat or treated is the verb, whereas elephant bill is the object. So, in order to convert active voice sentence into a passive voice sentence, we need to do few modifications in this sentence. And now we will look at those modifications. So the first one is the subject of the active verb is moved to the end of the clause or sentence and becomes the passive agent, and we need to add a word by as well. The object of the active verb, which is the elephant's back, is moved to the front of the clause or the sentence and becomes the passive subject. The third one is a passive verb phrase replaces the active verb phrase. So instead of using the active verb phrase, we need to use a passive verb phrase. A passive verb is formed with the correct form of auxiliary verb be followed by the participle. It can be a past participle or present participle depending upon the sentence of the active voice sentence. The participle usually ends in ed or ing, but some verbs have irregular participles. For example, thrown from the verb to throw. Okay, so now we will look at different components of a sentence. So the first one is subject. So what is the subject? The subject in a simple English is the person or thing about whom the statement is. So now we will see few sentences. For example, John runs. John is a teacher. John was run over by a car. So in the above mentioned sentences, John is the subject. So traditionally, the subject is the word or phrase which controls the verb in the clause or in a sentence. So what is object? In English grammar, an object is a noun phrase, or a noun that is affected by the action of a verb. Object gives our language detail and texture by allowing the creation of complex sentences. So now the last component is the participle. So a participle is a verb form that can be used as an adjective to create verb tense or to create the passive voice. And the third one is our adjective. In this question, we need to create the passive voice. There are two types of participles. Number one is the present participle. And we can create a present participle by adding ing with the verb. The second one is past participle. We can create the past participle of the verb by adding ed, d, t, en or n at the end of the verb. So here is the question. The following text is about the use of elephants in the Mughal armies. The 15 gaps are for you to fill with the correct form of the passive voice in the simple past tense. Use the correct form of the auxiliary verb be. Follow it with the correct participle. For example, if the word by is used in the active verb phrase, then we need to convert it into were bought. Okay. So now we look at the text. Mughal elephants. In the 16th century, in the time of the Emperor Akbar, elephants used to carry archers and musketeers in the field of battle. So the verb is used and we need to convert it into its past participle form. So first of all, we need to see whether we need to use was or were. Since elephants are used, it means we need to use the word were. The word used will be changed to were used. Even in the 18th century, elephants protected by armor bring into the battlefield, but they no longer carried archers and musketeers, but only the army general and great nobles, so that they see by the troops and could display the symbols of their command. So the word bring will be converted into were brought, and the word see will be converted into were seen. On the day of battle, the elephants which were to carry their nobles provide with armor made of steel with separate pieces for their heads and trunks. The word provide will be converted into were provided. They also carried an armor-plated seat with 3-foot high sides. The prince or noble sat on the seat and protect from attack except for his head and shoulders. So the word protect will be changed to was protected. Over the seat hang a canopy made of embroidered scarlet cloth. So hang will be converted into was hung. The general or commander mount on an elephant because he had to be visible to all the troops from a distance. So the word mount will be replaced by was mounted. Nearly always in those days, battles decide by the fate of the leader. So instead of decide, we will use were decided. If he killed or if he disappeared from view, the army gave up the contest and melted away. So the word kill will be replaced by was killed. There were, however, disadvantages to using elephants. If they wound, control, lose, and they would panic and trample the ranks of their own soldiers as they try to escape. So the word wound will be replaced by were wounded and lose will be replaced by was lost. In a battle near Lahore in 1712, a wounded elephant escaped from the field in this way with his mount, one of Bahadur Shah's son. In panic, the elephant jumped into the river where both he and his mount drowned. So the word drowned will be replaced by were drowned. In a campaign in 1730, unusually for this late date, Nizamul Mulk had no less than 1026 elephants with him, 225 of which armor. So the word armor will be replaced by were armored. When cannon fired at the advancing elephants, most of them fled and over 300 foot soldiers tread underfoot. So the word tread will be replaced by were trod or were trodden. So the next question is, Mughal elephants contains some specialist vocabulary connected with the kind of battles which were fought at that time. Use your dictionary if you need to find the meanings of the following: archers, musketeers, armor, campaign, cannon. So the meaning of the word archers is a person who shoots with a bow and arrows, especially at a target, and that archer is related to a warrior or a sportsman. So a musketeer is a soldier armed with a musket, a type of a gun which was used in the 17th and 18th century. Armor is the metal coverings worn to protect the body in battle or tough metal layer covering a military vehicle shaped to defend it from the attack. A campaign is a series of military operations intended to achieve a goal confined to a particular area or involving a specified type of fighting. A cannon is a large, heavy piece of artillery typically mounted on wheels formerly used in warfare. So the last part of the exercise is we need to write down 5 more battle vocabulary words from the text. The first one is battlefield, second is generals, third is troops, fourth one is prince, fifth one is commander, and the sixth one, which is an extra word, is army. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please do subscribe to my channel and keep on visiting my channel. Goodbye. Thank you.